We are following development regarding what is now a tropical storm, Helene. It made landfall in northwestern Florida as a Category 4 hurricane. So forecasters are warning of catastrophic flooding all along the Gulf Coast.
Here's a live look right now at Savannah, Georgia, as the storm moves into that state. Officials are expecting storm surges in some parts of Florida to be up to 20 feet. So we have made today a weather impact alert day here in central Indiana as Helene looks to bring lots of rain and very high winds our way. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Felicia Lawrence in for Julia.
And so I'm Julia along with Matt, who is in for Chuck this morning. And as you said, heavy rain, heavy winds. We're feeling the rain this morning, but the wind is a little bit later today, Matt.
Yeah, it's not so bad with the wind right now.
Okay.
It's breezy-er. We haven't been very windy.
Yeah, that's true.
The summer. Summers are usually our least windy period. We've got our first high wind warning in 9 months.
Okay.
For this afternoon.
Okay.
That's when the winds pick up. And they're probably going to peak right there 4 to 6 p.m. So right there during the evening commute, right as you're trying to get to some high schools for some big football games this evening, that's when we could get some gusts between 40 to 60 miles per hour on top of a lot of rain. This rainfall map is what we're estimating not just today, but all the way through the weekend. Today, we could probably pick up ½ inch to maybe a full inch across parts of central Indiana. We'll get closer to that 2-inch mark throughout the weekend. But for some folks in southern Indiana, this is a great rain. We don't want a tropical system with all the wind, but the rainfall is beneficial for us. We're still down about 3 inches, so for some of us, this could equalize things. We've got so many different events coming on. So coming up, we'll talk more about the timeline of the exact wind that we're expecting and when the heavier rain bands will move in. We've got a lot of events to cover too. We've got the Circle City Classic Pep Rally. That's between 4 to 6. Rain is in the forecast. And when you're looking at some of these numbers, these are sustained winds, not the gusts. Sustained winds just shy of 30 miles per hour. Then we go into the weekend. Tomorrow morning, of course, we've got the parade. It's not going to be as windy, but it's going to be very showery, very misty out there. So keep that in mind headed downtown. And the showery weather will continue into the afternoon. And that's also going to be included for a lot of college football games. Notre Dame, IU, Purdue, we're all home this weekend, and we're all going to be having some chances for some scattered showers. The Notre Dame game may be a little bit drier, but IU and Purdue definitely rain. Let's talk about traffic this morning. We've had several incidents already. The good news, though, on I-65 in the southbound lanes as you're passing Edgewood Avenue, we had an accident that limited us down to one lane there earlier with about a 30-minute backup. That is being cleared up, and now there's only about a 10-minute delay. We have more delays, though, starting to take place on the southwest side of the city. 465 headed towards the east. They've actually just moved the camera a little bit. I think they're trying to investigate, but we've had a couple different accidents on 465 in the eastbound lanes, right there where you meet with the new interchange with I-69. So southwest side of the city, you're headed from the airport past Kentucky Avenue, you get to I-69. We do have some slowdowns. Also, just a lot of rain out there. Very misty weather. Lots of road spray as you're coming into downtown from the east side, headed west. We'll have another traffic update here in about 15 minutes.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. And we want to give you a look at some new video out of Bradenton, Florida. This is this morning after Hurricane Helene made landfall last night as a Category 4 storm. We know at least 3 people have already died due to the storm. We see the surf blowing across roadways in Florida. It's knocked over trees and even sending some boats out onto land. Oh. So Helene hit Florida's Big Bend region just after 11 o'clock last night.
And officials there have already seen those max winds around 140 miles an hour, about 40 miles outside of Tallahassee. Nearly 700,000 people in Florida were already without power even before the storm made landfall. Hurricane and tropical storm warnings are in effect across Florida, with storm surge warnings out for the state's west coast. So surging waters could reach as high as 20 feet in some areas.
The impacts of this storm will affect us here in central Indiana throughout the day.
And so we're talking those high winds and heavy rains that Matt has mentioned. Gina Claros joins us now with, importantly, how we can prepare here. Good morning, Gina.
Good morning to you, ladies. Yeah, we've all been there, right? When you get home after the winds hit and everything in your yard is blown away. So crews want you to prepare right now. As Matt has been mentioning all morning, we could see winds of up to 60 miles per hour beginning at noon through 9 o'clock tonight. So DPW says crews will be working 12-hour shifts until Monday night to respond to calls. And if your power goes out, be prepared to get notifications.
Before a storm hits, make sure your computer, your cell phone, your electronics are fully charged so that you can get emergency notifications.
AES sending this email reminding you to stay away from those down power lines, report your outage, keep your fridge and freezer closed if your power does go out. Now, along with the wind, heavy rain could cause some flooding in some areas, so you'll want to make sure to clear that storm drain to help alleviate that flooding. You don't want that debris. We were around town yesterday. We found a lot of just branches in that drain. So.
And as soon as you said that first tip, I thought about, did I make sure that all my patio furniture is secure, because I don't want it blown around.
I have these glass lanterns right now on my front porch. I need to get rid of those.
Yes. All right.
That.
All right, thank you, Gina. Good tips. And make sure you've got that Live Doppler 13 weather app on your phone to keep a close eye on the changing conditions today. This is a free download, super easy to get that in your phone's app store.
6:05 this Friday morning, the family of a man found dead in his apartment in downtown Indianapolis wants to know what happened to him.
Yeah, Metro Police tell us they found 65-year-old Forrest Hill after they went to his apartment for a welfare check. Hill's sister believes someone killed her brother and now wants to know who was the person that ended up calling police for that welfare check. Right now, IMPD says no one is in custody. And according to police data, Hill's death is the 127th criminal homicide in Indianapolis this year.
A woman is now under arrest charged with murder 7 months after a deadly shooting. Metro Police arrested 43-year-old Tia Smith in the shooting death of 51-year-old Clevester Brown Jr. Someone shot and killed him in February near 42nd and Post. Smith is expected to go on trial in November. And a person is in critical condition this morning after a shooting on the city's near northwest side.
Officers received a call around 4:30 yesterday afternoon near 29th and MLK. Right now, we're working to find out what may have led to this shooting and if investigators have identified a possible suspect. But if you have any information, if you were in that area, you can call police or Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Well, things are certainly buzzing around downtown Indy, and this is all thanks to some big events and some new developments this year.
Yes, we've had a lot going on. And a new report from Downtown Indy Inc. is highlighting some of the defining moments of 2024. Sia New Yorker is live downtown with all this good news. Hey, Sia.
Good morning, Jalea. Good morning, Felicia. Yes, good news indeed. It's been a blockbuster year for downtown Indy, and they say the numbers prove it. Take a look at a meeting on Thursday evening. The reps from Downtown Indy Inc. laid out some of its major wins for the years in sports and entertainment. They see together those events have brought more than 7.4 million visitors downtown this year. That includes major events like the NBA All-Star Game, the total solar eclipse, and the U.S. Olympic trials. We're still waiting on the much anticipated Taylor Swift concerts in November. Now, we've also seen the completion of big downtown construction projects. 7 major projects were completed from September 2023 through this September. 5 residential, 1 mixed use, and 1 trail project. The president and CEO of Downtown Indy Inc. says that this is just the beginning.
We all have a role in continuing to help downtown to thrive. And I think it's important for folks to see that investment, to see that development, to see the continued growth of downtown.
This is definitely a win, but those city leaders say there's still some room for improvement. Coming up on Sunrise at 6:30, here's some of those other areas where we could improve. Ladies?
All right, you can celebrate a win, but also keep the work going. Thank you, Sia. Well, as Hoosiers prepare to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Circle City Classic in Indianapolis, many have been focusing on mental health.
Yes, the Indiana Black Expo invited panelists to talk to student athletes over at Warren Central High School yesterday. And the panelists are from Indiana universities, and they spoke to students about the importance of taking care of their mental health. Students were eager to hear from former NBA player Metta World Peace.
It's just so exciting for me to be able to talk about this, especially being a public figure and being able to give back, at this rate, just velocity and doing it here in Indiana, that's super exciting.
So the panelists told students clearly it's okay to not be okay, and to also know when it's important to reach out for help. If you or someone you know needs help, check out this story at WTHR.com. That's where we've included a link for some mental health resources in our area.
And the Circle City Classic is hosting several events this weekend leading up to the game at Lucas Oil Stadium.
So today the pep rally is taking over South Street from 4 to 6 outside of Lucas Oil Stadium, followed by the President's Gala at 7 at the Indiana Roof Ballroom.
The Circle City Classic Parade stepping off tomorrow morning at 10, and kickoff of the game is at 3 p.m. between North Carolina Central and Norfolk State. That's being played over at Lucas Oil Stadium. We put ticket information for you right now at WTHR.com.
6:09 is your time. The latest from the Middle East this morning as Israel continues its attacks in Lebanon. Why Israel's prime minister says a ceasefire is not an option.
And more of our continuing coverage of what is now Tropical Storm Helene and what Florida's governor is saying about additional resources to help people there.
Hey, good morning, Felicia. We've got rain from Helene already arriving and the wind slowly picking up. Power outages, 2 million of them from the Carolinas into Florida. Here at home, we're doing okay for now. But if you notice more power outages taking place near Cincinnati and Dayton, there is a wave of wind just about to cross the state line. We're going to track it for you coming up.